I know that some of you probably know what to expect because no one ever knows what to expect when I get on stage. But this was really an opportunity for me to, well, let me just say this. I was going to do a solo tour, and I knew that, and I knew I was going to go play, you know, some of those beautiful rooms in the country, and this is certainly one of them. I know how to play a solo acoustic guitar show with 1 or 2 guitars, and it's hardwired in my brain to play the songs that I've been playing for 6 or 7 years now. And it's the kind of thing that I developed when, you know, at a drop of a hat, someone would say, oh, you gotta go on a plane tomorrow and fly somewhere to a show, and I'd go, okay, I can do that. And I knew that I would fall into that pattern if I didn't change something, and I didn't want to fake it, and I didn't want to pull the wool over anyone's eyes, including myself. And so that's why it gave rise to bringing out all these strange instruments that I don't really fully know what the fuck I'm doing on. And I think, you know, sometimes that might be more apparent than others, but really what it does is just, it gives me a chance to continue to learn and continue to be a student, because, you know, Meg said something, Washington Megan, whatever she calls herself, she just needs to get with it, and she loves it, Megan. I do call her Washo, so that doesn't really help things. We were talking about the virtues of piano versus guitar, and she said, I don't understand an instrument that it just shouldn't be painful to play something. And I laughed at the time, and then I thought about it, and I was like, wow, it really is actually, quite painful to play guitar when it comes down to it. I mean, you know, my fingers are disgusting right now, they're all kind of cut up and weird looking, and, you know, I put these fake nails on, and they're a drag, and sometimes they pop off, and sometimes they pull back, and they're just a disaster. And, but, you know, there is a discipline involved in being a guitar player, and that discipline includes always learning and always being a student of the guitar, and of the repertoire, and of different types of guitars, and all these amazing things that you get to learn for the rest of your life. And I'm so lucky to be able to do that in front of people who pay money to see me do that. And I just really, really appreciate, I want you to know that I really appreciate you coming to this particular show, because I know that people spend your time and your money, and you come and you sit down and you buy an expensive meal and lovely wine and you have a great date, and I know that, or whatever you have going on with your mom, your dog, whatever. But I really do appreciate you coming and sort of bearing witness to this process, because I think in the end, we'll all win, because I'll be a better player and you will get to hear better music, as opposed to just something that I know how to do and can fake it. So, thank you guys. Unless, you know, I've got to put some liquid in this voice or else it's just going to die. So I really got my heart broken recently, and I know. It was last night, actually. I know, it was terrible. So after the show, Anna and Dan and I always come out and hang out, and we like to make it like a hang and not some formal thing, but it sometimes becomes formal, and people stand in line with their stupid cell phone cameras that they can't work anyway. And this girl was looking at me, and she was like this total angel. I mean, she was fucking beautiful. We were in Portland, of course, so everyone looks hip and amazing. We're in Seattle, everyone looks hipper and amazinger, okay, whatever. But she had like style points like up and down. She had this beautiful face, which was little, which like helps me because I'm little. Anyway, and she was like staring at me, and I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, this is the best thing's ever happened. Yes, it does. And I forget that like you're staring at me now, like it's okay, normal, and that's fine. And then like you continue to do that when I get off stage, even though I'm not on stage anymore, you still stare. It's natural, it's fine. So but I forgot that element of this thing. I just thought she was looking at me, like she liked me, and. So she's just amazing looking. And then like these dorks kept talking to me. I mean, okay, let's just be fair. These were like creeps. These were like creepy sad sacks that, like this guy wanted to read me the entire article in the local paper that had been written about me. And I was like, I know all of this information because I wrote it down with my publicist like 2 months ago. I mean, it's like, but he was weird. like he probably would have, you know, taken some of my blood sample if he could. He was just like really a sucker. And she's sort of being patient, and I'm like, oh my god, please get this guy out of the way because I want to. So this girl comes up to me, finally, I'm like, yes. And she goes, I have to tell you something really inappropriate. And I was like, like, tell me anything inappropriate. Anything that falls from your lips that's inappropriate would be so fucking awesome. And she says to me, my girlfriend and I have sex to your music. And of course, she thinks she's being, first of all, it's kind of rad. Like, you know, yeah, rock and roll's great. I'm happy for them, whatever. And so I'm like, and this has been like a 20-minute, but like million-year thing for me. Like this has been happening for like way too long. The attention has been built up. So she's like, and my girlfriend's gonna be really mad at me that I told you that. And I'm like, ha ha ha, you guys, you know, had like half a beer, you know, between yourselves, and now you think it's like great, come, whatever. It was fine. It was funny. But like, she didn't understand. She didn't understand how I felt about her. She just didn't understand that like she was the one. She was crushing my soul. And of course, her adorable girlfriend comes over, and they're like so adorable together. And I'm like, fucking puke. And then me and a really good friend and some other girl hadn't been late in 2 years. We didn't discuss that. Like, whatever. We're all sitting around eating French fries like it's all normal. And I was like, you guys are so funny. Let me take your picture. And I like wanted to take a picture just so I could have a picture of hers. Anyway, it was just a thing. But yeah, I totally got my heart broken. So, with that in mind, like, you know, if anyone does want to come up and say something to me that is inappropriate, that's rad, feel free to do so. That has nothing to do with you and some other person, because, you know. Just putting it out there. I'm not wife shopping or anything, I'm just saying. If you were a dude and you say something inappropriate, you were totally kicked out, you were bounced. It's not even good, we're not going to start with that. Thank you, Seattle, for coming to the show. Thank you so much, thank you, Washington. Recently, in the past 4 or 5 years, I've seen Mr. Dan Brannigan play trumpet or EDI or both on stage. He's actually at the board doing sound tonight. And if you want to see him play some trumpet, you might want to clap a little bit. I'm so done with the encore shit. It's just so wrong. Like, encore should only happen after you're standing on your feet for 10 minutes and will not leave the building. Like, it's fun. So I'm just gonna, like, walk off stage like it's funny and just take a drink of tea and then come back. So you don't have to try. Like, you already played money, you know? Like, why try? Like, it's okay. Anyways, this will be the last song.